everyone is doing okay despite different developments that still present themselves. But I'm grateful that we're all together today. So I'd like to welcome everyone to this meeting for the Commission on Disability Issues, Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. I'd like to start the agenda off with the roll call. And so if we could go around, Denise, if you just want to start it off, and then we can go all around.
Okay, I can do that. Commissioner Poster, Commissioner Hawkins, Commissioner Keeler, Commissioner Gossage,
Present.
Commissioner Hall,
Here.
Commissioner Betts is not here today, Commissioner Solomon,
Present.
and Commissioner Pippin.
Okay. And of course, I'm Zach Damon. I'm a commissioner and
You're
chair.
Commissioner, yeah, Chair, yes.
All right. And Larry just arrived, by the way.
Okay,
All right. Great. Next, we have approval of the agenda. And of course, Denise did a wonderful job of, making sure that we all got that in advance this time. I hope all of us had an opportunity to review it. I'd like to just take a couple of minutes to review the agenda for today's meeting. If you did not receive it for some reason, let us know. And also, if there are any corrections, please let us know at this time.
Just wondering, can you guys hear me?
yes.
I can hear you.
Oh, good. I'm good then. Thank you.
All right. So is everyone good on the agenda? Is there any corrections? Is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
I'll move to approve.
Thank you, Larry. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Thank you, Alex. All in favor of approving today's meeting agenda? Please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Right. Great.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Next, we have the approval of our October meeting minutes. And of course, those were sent out for review. I just wanted to know really quick at this time, were there any corrections on those, or can we have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for October? Any motion to approve the meeting minutes for October, folks? I love your enthusiasm, guys. Thank you, Larry.
I'll again move to approve them.
Okay. All right. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman Nelson. All right, all in favor of approving the October meeting minutes, which we talked a lot last month, please raise your hand and say aye if you're able, or just say aye.
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 Thank you. All right. So the meeting minutes are approved. Next, we move to the presentations part of our agenda. And Katie Monkevich, the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled. Is Katie on the line with us, Denise?
I'm here, Zach.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Katie.
Yeah,
Welcome.
thank you. I have a couple of updates today. Some of you may know this already, but due to positive COVID cases, all AADL locations are closed for at least 2 weeks. That started Sunday, November 15th. Stay tuned to aadl.org for updates on that. So we don't have a date of reopening at this point. We'll see how it goes. You can still submit something for posting on our branch bulletin boards at bulletinboards@aadl.org. Items approved for posting will not be posted until we reopen, though. You can still book a Zoom meeting for a Zoom room for up to 2 hours and up to 1,000 attendees by emailing bookazoom@aadl.org. And if you have an essential task that requires you to go online, but you don't have a computer or a way to access the internet, we still may be able to help. Give us a call at 734-327-4200 to get started. We've got programming still happening at aadl.tv. It's our YouTube channel. We have board meetings, story times, crafts, book recommendations, trivia, recipes, and more. So there's still a lot of stuff up there to fill your time, and we're working on developing that more and more every day. This weekend, we're continuing our Not Too Close concert series. It started last weekend, and all those videos are up at aadl.tv. This is presented by the Summer Festival and AADL. These events took place in August 2020 in select city parks. This weekend's video premieres include Detroit Metro Times Artist to Watch in 2020, Danny Darling, Michigan's premier Indian fusion group, Somkali, and nationally acclaimed award-winning storyteller, LaRon Williams. WLBPD patrons can still, as always, order digital cartridges by calling 734-327-4224 and leave a message, or you can email wlbpd@aadl.org. Still a great time to sign up for the Braille and audio reading download system, BARD. WLBPD patrons can sign up at nlsbard.loc.gov or call us and we can assist with the application. I've got my list of popular titles on BARD right now. Fair Warning by Michael Connolly. Veteran reporter Jack McEvoy, last seen in The Scarecrow, has taken down killers before, but when a woman he had a one-night stand with is murdered in a particularly brutal way, McEvoy realized he might be facing a criminal mind unlike he's ever encountered. Daddy's Girls by Danielle Steele. After J.T. Tucker's wife died, he built the biggest ranch in California, but when he dies suddenly, the ranch is inherited by his 3 daughters. The sisters struggle with their differences and try to move on from the loss of their dad. And Me and Patsy, Kickin' Up Dust, My Friendship with Patsy Cline by Loretta Lynn. A country music legend looks back on her friendship with fellow icon Patsy Cline, who died at age 31 in 1963. They met when Lynn's career was just getting started, but Cline was a star. Cline became a friend and mentor who was taken too soon. That's all I've got for y'all today. Do you have any questions for me?
So you guys are accepting subscriptions to your YouTube channel then?
Oh, absolutely. You should subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Of course. Awesome. Thank you so much. And really cool about the Not Too Close concert series. I'm definitely going to check that out.
Yeah,
So
I think it's really neat.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Katie,
Welcome.
for everything that you do and for putting up with technical difficulties today, but we got it. So,
Those are the times. Totally understandable.
yeah, absolutely. Everyone did fine. So great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Next, we're going to move on. All right. Bye-bye. Next, we're going to move on to Alex and the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living. So take it away, Alex.
Thanks, Zach. Good afternoon, everybody, or almost good evening. Just a few updates I want to give today. I'll try to be short as well. I feel like I talk a lot in these. The CIL remains closed with the rising COVID again. We're remaining to be concerned about that. So our offices are closed. Staff are all working remotely still, so we do have a lot of virtual programming and other opportunities for folks to engage with us and identify resources they need and those sorts of things. Just a few things to note, more or less to end our year, and then looking at some things to start into the new year. We are currently taking RSVPs for our Disability Community Action Lab. If you're interested in developing your advocacy skills, learning more about how You can connect with your legislators, talk about policies and issues that are important to you. This is definitely a workshop I would recommend for folks. Our next cohort is going to be in January, and right now you can give us a call or check out our website to RSVP. We are
Can I-
also
Alex,
continuing. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Can I ask you to expand on that program just momentarily? You know, what that comprises and what kind of candidates would be logical for that?
Sure. So I'll try to expand on it as best as I can. I will say it's open, just like any of our programs. It's open to anybody with any kind of disability. Our hope is, and I think our ultimate goal is that we create opportunities for more folks with disabilities to be active in the community, active advocates, going to meetings, being present for important policy discussion, those kinds of things. So to that end, I think it's the workshops that we're doing at the moment, I think are probably on a more basic level. So for folks who really don't have much experience interacting with folks like on the Ann Arbor City Council, state legislators. And then what we're going to be doing in the longer term is continuing to engage with folks after the 4 or 5 sessions are over with, so that we start to create larger cohorts of individuals who have mutual interests. So, you know, not everybody's interested in transportation laws, but some folks are really interested in housing. Some folks are going to be interested in something that's related to personal care assistance, which is going to be a state issue more so than a county or city issue. And developing opportunities where we can bring those folks together and not only give them the skills for them to go out and connect with legislators and advocate for policy change, but also to come to events and activities that we engage in at the CIL, so that they can be with us when we're talking with folks and we're in front of people who are making these decisions.
That's awesome. I'm curious too. I hope that can be, I don't know if it's possible, but I hope it can be a possible bridge for the commission. So if there are some topics that some of your attendees feel passionate about, and it's something that we at the commission work on, maybe I don't know. Let's talk about it offline, Alex. But it'd be interesting to see if maybe some commissioners would like to, attend one of those virtual meetings and present and talk about their experience or how that can work.
Okay, yeah, I'd be happy to get the council connected with our team that's working on this. And Matthew, if you do have more questions, I'll talk with my team after this and get some more information out to the commission, and so that you can share that along with folks as well. So I'm pretty sure we have some write-ups that I just don't have in front of me at the moment.
Can you just repeat the name of this program and the name of the seminar? Because it does sound like something I'd be interested in.
We call it the Disability Community Action Lab. And if you're interested in participating or just learning more about it, you can email Will Purvis. His email address is wpurvis, P as in Paul, U, R as in Rhino, V as in Victoria, E, S as in Sam, at aacil.org. And of course, I'm happy to talk about it as best as I can at any point as well. So feel free to reach out to me with any questions.
Awesome. I think that's a really great thing that you're doing. And sorry, Matthew, go ahead if you had some more comments.
No, thank you, Alex. I'll email you after the meeting and hopefully get that email right so that I can connect with this program, which again sounds like very relevant to what we're doing in this commission. So thank you.
Yeah, happily. See, what else can I share? A lot of the other activities that we have going on between now and the end of the year, I think, are more on the social and recreational side of things. I think we know that there are a lot of folks out there who are experiencing extreme isolation as inside to try and keep themselves healthy and safe. So to that end, we are continuing with our Trivia Tuesdays, and I believe we're going to be, I think we have one more of those, or actually, no, I'm sorry, I missed that. That'll be starting to back up in the winter as well. So up in January, we'll be starting that back up. We do have a closed group. It's called Safe Connections, Supporting Positive and Healthy Relationships. This is for folks who are allies or survivors of sexual assault or domestic violence, and folks with disabilities specifically. And if you're interested in that, right now it's taking place on Mondays from 2:30 to 4:30, but we're expecting that to start up in the winter as well, or in January as well again. If folks are interested in learning more about that, they can contact Shannon Clark at sclark@aacil.org. Just trying to get through. Medicare open enrollment period runs now through December 7th. If folks are needing assistance with that, we do have staff on hand to assist. You can reach out to Joyce Blair at jblair, BLAIR, at aacil.org. And I think that's what I've got for right now. Like I said, our winter is different than it's been in the past. We don't have community gatherings or anything like that right now. So we're looking to definitely start strong in the new year and get through the rest of this calendar year, and hope that 2021 is maybe less eventful than 2020 has been. So that's what I've got for today.
Thank you, Alex. Per usual, we definitely appreciate everything that you do with the center. I know you've been there for a long time, and you've just really had a tremendous impact through the years, and not only the community of Ann Arbor, but the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living. You and Anna both. So very grateful for that. And I just wanted to know, because I was curious about this. Does the center? I know you guys have like the spinal cord awareness group and things like that. Are you guys organizing anything about awareness of COVID within the disability community?
We haven't done group sessions on that. We have definitely had a number of conversations with folks on one-to-one basis a number of different times. I definitely think that is something that we would be happy to talk about, especially as I think we're not going to be seeing the end of this for much longer, unfortunately. But at the moment, we haven't had any huge any information sessions, things like that. We definitely try to push out as much information from county health department and state health department as we can, so folks have those real basic rules. And we have also worked with folks who had concerns about wearing masks in the community, if that in fact did violate any laws, if somebody were to force them to wear a mask, which it doesn't violate any laws. But so there's been a lot of more informational things, but usually it's a case-by-case basis for us.
Absolutely, and thank you. I was just wondering, because there was a question that somebody had asked me. They were a chair user, and they said, well, I just don't know much information specifically about, how people with disabilities are handling it. I mean, you see the broad information, put out by the CDC and, of course, MDHHS and things like that. But in terms of specific, COVID-related disability awareness, there hasn't really been that much. So.
Well, if you'd like to reach back out to your peer, definitely have them give us a call.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Next, we have public comment. And I don't think that there's anybody on the line that is going to do any public comments. So
No, I don't see anyone.
Okay, so we'll move on to that. Next, under old business, we have the city personnel reports.
Oh, wait. The issue.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I just was going to mention that the public comment, I'm wondering though, if this meeting, will they have the right meeting number? Because if whatever the notice of this probably has the wrong meeting number, and I don't know if this is going on CTN or what.
I was actually just going to say the same thing, Tim. The truth is that actually we didn't notice this meeting properly.
Right.
If it was, so that makes me wonder if we should be more concerned about the validity of anything we would actually decide at this meeting, because it wasn't appropriately noticed.
Okay.
So is it anything I could do at this last moment to change that?
No, I think this is just, it just is an accident that it didn't turn, I don't think you can fix it at this point because I think that the public meetings have to be noticed within a certain
Right.
time period. Tim, do you know more than I do about this?
No, but yeah, I was starting to have that very concern, and that's why I brought up the public comment thing, because I just realized, because you changed the meeting ID, that
That's right.
Yeah,
if the old notice has the old webinar, we're kind of
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, even if it was posted on the city website right this minute, that doesn't count for notice because there's a certain number of hours in advance it would have to
Hours,
be.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that, is that going to affect us going forward then?
I think we can't vote on anything. I don't know that we were going to vote on anything that was going to be decisive.
Not necessarily today, no. Go ahead.
Oh, well,
What do you think, Tim?
yeah, I thought we were going to vote on the recommendations for like the crosswalk laws and the vegetation, but yeah, that might be an issue because
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well-
we were going to discuss them today and then have, I guess, I would say a mutual, discussion about sending our feedback to those particular parties. But as far as a vote, I'm just not sure, like you said, Elizabeth, that we can do anything right now since it's not it wasn't notified properly to the public. So I guess we're going to have to, per the procedures, we're going to have to, I guess, unfortunately put this off until the next meeting then.
unless
Well,
unless we can if we could use the old meeting number if that was noticed, but I think then we're stuck in that webinar format, or I don't even know if we can go back to it.
Yeah, I don't think that would work. Yeah, the only choice that we have to make this meeting move forward appropriately would be to use the same webinar link so that the public
Okay.
would have access.
Okay.
I could shoot a quick email to legal staff and see if I could find out anything. I don't know how quickly they would respond to my email. That's about the quickest I could.
Well, I think at this point, it's probably better to just, put those two items, on the agenda for December. And then definitely be able to have a vote and a decision on both of those things at the December meeting. So that moving into the new year, those things can be done and off the agenda because we discussed them and also, come to a conclusion as a whole commission. So, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think that's a good?
Yeah, though I think there's more than that. Like I don't think we can vote for a vice chair or any of
Right.
Mm-mm.
Well,
hearing
the vice chair
updates.
wasn't something that was going to be really discussed today anyway. I was kind of, as of right now, as God willing that I stay healthy and, I'm able to continue to conduct our meetings and conduct business the way that it needs to be done. Unless there's a burning desire for anyone to be vice chair, until we actually, vote some new commissioners in that are willing to do that. I don't want to necessarily pressure any commissioner, to be vice chair just because there aren't that many candidates either, because, a lot of us have different routines going forward now. And so some of us are busier than when we were before. So, I think it's important to, evaluate, everything fully and then circle back. So we weren't planning on voting on the vice chair today.
Zach?
Larry Keeler here.
Yeah. Hey, Larry.
2 questions. One, do we have a quorum?
That's what I was going,
And
Right.
And second question is, if we had a quorum, do some things like the vice chair, does that go under internal business, or is that open business? Is that open the same thing as open business? Is that more internal business? I'm just kind of curious as all.
That's a good question. I'm not sure as to whether it's internal or whether it's open business. I was under the impression that the commission as a whole, they would, discuss that and then all of us agree on whom the vice chair, would be pending that particular candidate or candidates were willing to do it. But I could be mistaken. Does anyone know for sure?
Well, of course, if you have a quorum, none of that matters. So if you don't have a quorum, so.
Right.
Well, that's what I was going to speak up on, Zach. I don't see a quorum. I see 5
Right.
members present and 5 members absent.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, yeah.
So if we're not even a quorum, then maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we're
Right.
effectively a committee meeting right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for a quorum. Yeah, and if we don't
Yes.
have a quorum, like I said, nothing matters.
No, we don't.
I mean, not like that.
Right.
Okay, all right. I
Either of
will-
my questions don't matter.
We have to have at least 7 to have a quorum. Is that correct?
Well, if
Present
you have,
majority?
10 members, you need 6.
We need 6. Okay. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, that would be my.
So, well, good to know, folks. I mean, I guess.
I guess even if the meeting was noticed properly, we don't have a quorum, so.
You don't have a quorum, no.
Right.
But
Well-
the meeting is on CTN right now. I checked that, but that's still regardless.
Yeah, they're here with us recording. So, we appreciate all the work that they do and making sure we can at least have our meetings and discuss the things that we're going to do when we do have a quorum, and also a regular meeting that's open to the public.
Yeah, I don't think that there are they're not requirements for notices for like committee meetings, are there?
Subcommittee meetings, you still give a notice and send out a meeting notice and plan the date. But in this situation, we can't do anything at the moment.
Right,
But I
okay.
usually do if you were planning on having a community engagement or the
Okay.
Partners in Access, I would still send out a meeting notice that it was planned to go ahead with that meeting at that date and that time to update the public.
So I guess going forward, guys, and thank you, Elizabeth and Tim and Denise for, addressing this. I guess going forward, I'd like to make sure that, before we move forward on anything, that the meetings that we are having, are accessible to the public, so that if others do have a public comment, that they can join us within the meeting, if they're able. And then number 2, to make sure that there's always, quorum and that number of 6, so that we can continue to, move forward with the things that we have on our agenda. It's nice to be able to discuss and have dialogue about what we're doing, but of course, if we don't have a quorum, then it's very difficult to move forward and continue to check things off of our agenda, right?
Yes.
So yeah, with that being said, I guess we can move forward with the agenda, but of course, if we can make sure, Denise, to make sure, I'll make sure that we have those 6 members, or hopefully we will have the 6 that we need to be able to discuss both the ordinances that Tim and Matthew were reviewing, and thank you both for your work on that. And then hopefully both of those things we can discuss, and have reviewed, and then we can vote upon that.
Well, I'll move them to December's agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
All right. So, and then with that, Denise, it's also, we're also at the point for the city personnel report. So I didn't know if there were any city personnel changes at this time.
Yes, we have new. The city has welcomed Alan Matlock, City Assessor Office for Real Property Appraisal, and Kelsey Smith at the 15th District Court Clerk. Also, our Senior Assistant City Attorney, Kristen Larkham, will retire in January, and she will be replaced by John Reiser, who will resume her responsibilities at that time. And also, the city is under the governor's new order, Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, closing Larkham City Hall to the public for the next 3 weeks.
All right, and then once that 3 weeks is up, then is it going to be partially open, or is it just?
I heard.
That's no man's land.
Yes, I just hear that it will be reassessed before
Okay.
the 3 weeks are up.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Denise, and
You're welcome.
welcome to all the incoming and with the outgoing city staff and their retirements. We wish them the best because that's a great accomplishment. So, all right. All right. Next, chair report. Okay. So under the chair report,
That'd be you.
Go ahead, Larry.
I said that'd be you.
That's right. That's right. So, under the chair report, the biggest new information that I have, you guys, I'm very excited to report that I did have a meeting with John Fournier this week, and he was very enthusiastic about becoming involved and having the city ADA coordinator be a part of our standing agenda to present at meetings. But he wanted to meet a second time, if I'm correct, Denise,
Yes.
because he wanted to, speak with Jackie and kind of, evaluate what they wanted to report, and then how, I guess, the commission can help with that and in different ways. So we're still clearing up a little bit of communication on that in terms of, right now what's happening with the city ADA coordinator. For some of you that weren't on the commission when they did present a while back, what happens with that particular position, you guys, is any ADA violations within the city get reported to the ADA coordinator, but then what that particular position or Jackie ends up doing is actually delegating that to the specific party or parties that would handle that specific situation. So, whether it's a city attorney or whether it's like, housing, or whether it's maintenance or whatever department it is, that particular complaint would get delegated to that specific area to get taken care of. But, I think there's still a way in which the commission should and can be involved in the notice of those coming in, so that we're at least aware of, what's on the forefront of the city's active mind in terms of what they're running into on a daily basis in terms of, inaccessibility or ADA violations. And again, I'm just encouraged to report that, John was very on board with this. He was very enthusiastic about getting the ADA coordinator on our agenda as a standing presentation. He just wanted to meet one more time to, I guess, solidify that in terms of how often he was going to report. He wasn't sure if, once a quarter was doable, or, whether, because he had said to me, guys, he said, well, Zach, we get so few of these complaints. He said that it might not be beneficial for us to be there at every meeting because, say they get like, I don't know, 1, 2, or 3. What did he say? I think he said it was a very low number. It was like,
right, just a few. Yes.
Yeah. Like 1, 2, or 3. I think was it a month or?
No, he didn't give me the impression that it was monthly.
Okay. So yeah, I think in the year he said it was very, very few. And
right.
So, I'm not sure if, the rate of which they get these specific complaints is just not that frequent, which is why things have been, I guess, the way that they are. But, I'm looking at basically trying to figure out, you guys, just good communication for the commission, so that regardless of when they come in or how often they come in, we're one of the first to know, so that we can either, if they can either notify us like, hey guys, there's an access issue. Is there a committee, or is there a way that you guys can give some feedback on this, immediately, so that we can work in conjunction with them. But we're still in talks with that. The point is, in this long-winded explanation, that John was just very enthusiastic and hoping to have the city ADA coordinator on our agenda. So, all right. So next, well, shoot, it's those two, it's the crosswalk law and the crash test data and also the gardening ordinance. So with both of those, we can talk about those in December as long as we have a quorum and we're able to sort of give, you know, an adequate decision on both of those. But again, Tim, I saw your feedback on that, and I did see the new draft, and I want to thank you for your work on that. And I look forward to us just being able to, you know, agree that, you know, that particular, you know, piece of work is sufficient, and then we can, you know, send that out to the appropriate party. And of course, Matthew, same thing. I want to thank you for your you know, volunteering to be able to review that and then give some feedback on that so that we as a commission can, again, get the feedback to the parties that have reached out to us. So to both of you, I'm hoping we can discuss these at the December meeting and then get these taken care of and check them off going into the new year so that we don't have to keep revisiting. So, but thank you both.
Mr. Chair.
For your work. Yes, Larry.
You can, if you want, though, you can if anybody wants to, they can discuss it's my understanding that you can discuss anything if anything comes up today, you know, if anything's got any questions or concerns, but you can't vote on them.
Right.
So if you can talk about it all you want if anybody's got any questions.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
just in case anybody wants to say anything. Just in case anybody wants to say anything.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess right now I can give an opportunity if anybody does have any questions or wants to say anything about those, I can give the opportunity to do that. Like I said, I did look over Tim's new document. I thought that was very sufficient. And so I didn't really have any additional things to add. Is there any other commissioners that have any additional things to add at this time? All right. There's nothing at this time, but thank you for allowing me to do that, Larry. Thanks for that. All right. So next we oh yeah, we still have closed captioning for well, we have a community engagement committee in Ann Arbor Inclusive, and Rachel is not present. I did receive that email, so let me see if I can bring that up really quickly. Does anybody know why Rachel could not attend by chance? No, she didn't give us any feedback. All right, so as far as the community engagement committee is concerned, the update that I have for you guys, the August show was done over Zoom, and they had the Leader's Dog for the Blind show. I believe that was a rerun, and then they did the September 17th show was from Zoom, and it was entitled We Can't, We Can is what it was called. And so from We Can't to We Can is a 501c3 nonprofit organizations for kids with special needs and disabilities. They create books actually that feature kids with special needs and disabilities as superheroes, which is awesome. A portion of the proceeds from the books goes to a family in need. And the organization was founded, by Trinity Jadgo at the age of 17 because her best friend who has a spinal muscular atrophy. So that is going to premiere actually today at 4 p.m., September 18th at 4 p.m. So good work for Ann Arbor Inclusive. I encourage you guys to check out that episode. I'm going to check it out. It seems very, very entertaining. So next on our agenda, take a look here. Yeah, we still have closed captioning, Grand Arbor Inclusive on the agenda, and I thought we had come to a conclusion on that, folks. But is there anybody that, is there any unresolved issues that we had not covered with the closed caption? I thought, at least for now, since they were doing things over Zoom and they have the opportunity to close caption, I figured that that was pretty much closed. Any comments on that?
Zach, do you want me to remove that from the agenda
yes.
next month?
Yes, please. If you could remove that from the agenda, that would be great. So, and just to reiterate, as far as closed captioning goes, we don't see a need for that particular closed captioning, because through Zoom, you can select the closed captioning option. So they should be able to close caption, and that should be good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Next, we have the Partners in Access Committee, Larry Keeler.
That would be me. And I believe that we have not had our meeting yet, but we're going to have one. I've got one set up through Denise. I think it's at 5 or 5:15 on the 9th of December.
Correct.
Which I do believe is the second Wednesday of the month, is it?
Yes.
What time is it, Denise? Is it 5 or 5:15? I didn't find which one it was.
Hold on.
But it is scheduled.
Yes, it is.
And I believe I sent Commissioner Gossage and Commissioner Debbie.
It's at 5:15 on the 9th.
Yeah, 5. And I know her, and I didn't post her, Commissioner Poster. I sent you guys. I sent both of you. Denise sent both of you guys invitations to it, so we'll get it started then.
Okay.
And I'll get the cat off my tongue here.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Larry. Moving on, we also have recruiting activity from Larry Keeler.
I have did nothing. It's kind of difficult to think about recruiting. I probably should contact the other contact on the new list, the one that the Councilwoman Nelson let me know about. And I should probably do that. But other than that, I haven't really thought of anything because, with the COVID thing going on and all that, it's just a difficult thing to think about dragging other people in when it's hard to get them to attend to the stuff that the regular attending.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Elizabeth, thank you for your work with Larry for that. And I did get your email before the last meeting prior. And I did see, of course, the candidates' names, but I was not able to review, I would say, the full materials that they provided. Whether it was
it redacted, or was it that you just didn't get a chance?
No. I wasn't able to actually open anything. Like, I saw the names, but as far as what was attached with it, there wasn't any materials that I could view.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try again. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
It's I'm not. So there, I was advised to hit. The reason I was asking if it was actually redacted is that I was advised to hit a button to redact it when sharing packets like that. But I helped the Human Rights Commission in the same way, and they were able to see the materials. So I can try again.
Okay.
The system is really buggy. I mean,
Okay.
I was having problems trying to access it just a couple days ago.
Sure.
Yeah, I can try again.
I had gotten the email last month, and and then I had went to I had seen the names, and I went to open the files, and I was like, great, and I went to open and review things, and I was not able to view anything. So yeah, no problem. But thank you.
All right.
Yeah, you could resend those somehow.
I will work on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Great. Let's see. And then Transportation Commission update, Mr. Tim Hall.
Yeah, so we had basically discussed the city's like long-term master transportation plan that they've been working on, the updates for, and got a few updates on some projects. And aside from that, and yeah, I mean, yeah, we got our meeting tonight as it usually is, and I think we're considering some new versions of some of that, like the transportation plan. And yeah, you can just take a look at the agenda and see. But yeah, I did get an inquiry from one member of the Transportation Commission who's got like a question, because there's essentially, let me try to pull it up, just a ramp at a certain intersection where there's curb ramps down to Stadium, but then there's no crosswalk there. And he's kind of wondering why they have that and how it's kind of dangerous that there would be a ramp that there's no crosswalk at.
Did you say it's on Stadium?
Yeah, it's by Ferndale and Iroquois.
Oh, okay, that's
Down
that way.
I'm not that familiar with that part of town, but yeah.
I know exactly where that is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why there would not be a crosswalk there. Is it something maybe the road got repaired, and I don't want to say that someone forgot to put one there. I don't think you can forget.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's something that like was kind of wondering if there's guidelines for that or anything, because it just seems strange that there's a ramp there and no crosswalk.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, do you think the best, I mean, who would we reach out to inquire to about that? Would it be the road?
I don't know, because the person on the Transportation Commission, Brett Hadamaki, said they reached out to staff and weren't able to find out. So they reached out to me because I'm on the Commission on Disability Issues and wondered maybe, yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm not really sure where to go with that. I mean, I guess I can do some investigating. Do you have any additional information?
Send me something on that, and that's one of the things that we can investigate too. That we can start investigating in December, since it's an access issue.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. So
Wait,
I think
this inquiry was made to staff already?
I think it was made, someone at the Transportation Commission has been trying to get information, but hasn't been able to get anywhere.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think this is a good task for the Partners in Access Committee. So Tim, would you be able to send that particular information to the commission, and then you know, so that we can make sure that the Partners in Access Committee can just have that on record?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Is that all right? So that's all we've got for Transportation Commission update. All right. Oh, by the way, Tim, are they looking, so they're just looking for answers. There is no, I mean, what's the timeline on this? Are they looking for something immediate?
No, not, I just got this message today.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. And then if you don't mind too, when you send this out, if you could address that to Larry and Deb, who are on the Partners in Access Committee, that would be appreciated.
Okay.
And Alex, maybe.
Oh,
Can
Alex.
you CC?
Alex.
I'm not technically on that committee, but could you CC me?
All right.
There's some interest. That location is in relatively close proximity to a park as well. Like there are, you can go on Google Street View and see it. Like it is kind of crazy. There have to be standards, I would think, that you
Right.
can't put a crosswalk that's going to just send somebody into a busy road. That seems really wrong.
Yeah.
Where is
but
the Where is the intersection again? Iroquois and
Fern-
Stadium?
So it's over the bridge, and then Iroquois Place sort of cuts the corner by the Circle K gas station. It cuts the
Oh, okay,
corner.
okay. Yeah, I know where the Circle K is down there. Yeah.
Right. So right before the Circle K is the access to Iroquois Place on Stadium, and then the other side of Stadium is Ferndale. Or yeah, is it
I
Ferndale?
I go to Circle K quite a bit. We could make a drive by there and take a look too.
Yeah, one side's Ferndale and the other side's Iroquois. It is really
right,
odd.
and then it's right like just before that is the what park is it? There's a park.
Is that Burns Park? No, it's not Burns. It's further down.
No, it's not Burns Park. It's Frisinger Park. It's it's at Woodbury Drive is the park. And so you can theoretically imagine that would be a crossing point, and it's right after a curve in Stadium. I can talk to Kathy Griswold about this actually, because she knows a whole lot more about crosswalks than I do about where you choose to place them, and what the requirements are to establish one. Because if there should be a
I can check
crosswalk
it out too.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. So then Tim, if you could just again send this to the whole commission and then address Larry, Alex, myself, and Miss Nelson for us to just be able to look into this more and figure out why indeed there is not a crosswalk there, but the ramps. Hopefully we can have some answers.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim. All right. So next on the agenda is the U of M Council for Disability Concerns. Kathleen is unable to join us, but Denise, did we get those minutes? Denise, are you there? I think you're on mute.
Okay, thank you. I'm with IT as well. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
I was just addressing, I didn't know if the commission had gotten the meeting minutes from the U of M Council on Disability Concerns, even though Kathleen wasn't present, but
yes, I sent October's minutes. There were no updates for November as of yet.
Yep, okay, got it. Yep.
But I sent that in the package as well.
Yep, okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. So moving on, announcements. Well, I guess the biggest announcement that you guys all know, I mean, we're going to be, pretty much, in lockdown here again due to COVID. So we're going to continue to meet, on Zoom, until notified otherwise.
Yes.
I do appreciate all of you being flexible and taking your time, to meet and make sure that we do meet. But that's the biggest announcement that I have at this time.
Yesterday was my birthday, so I got out before they closed the state.
Oh my gosh. Well, happy belated to you,
Yeah.
Barry.
Today they closed it, so I'm like, I got to go do something yesterday, so I did.
There you go. What did you do?
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I went out to try to bowl, but it was too busy, and went out and ate some dinner.
There we go. Where'd you go? Anywhere good?
I went to Ipsy, so I went, yeah.
Nice. There we go. Well, happy belated. I hope this new year brings you all the good that you've been working towards. You deserve it, Larry.
Nah, thanks. But no, it's just, yeah, I'm glad I did it yesterday because we don't know how long it's going to be closed for.
Right.
This is true.
So, all right, moving on to new business. Comments from the candidates for vice chair. I have, elected to, again, put this off until the December meeting going into the new year because I wanted to just be able to reset. And number one, make sure we have.
Oh, we don't have a.
And number two,
we don't have a quorum, yeah.
Yeah, and I also just want to make sure, by the way, guys, because I know both Larry and Alex, you guys did volunteer to do the position, but of course, only if others were not willing to do so. And so I would say my feedback as chairman on that would be, I hope that if both of you are still interested come December, that it's something that you guys want to do and are enthusiastic about it. I will promise you.
Oh, I'm interested.
Okay. But
I'll be interested, sure.
Okay. Thanks, Larry. But I will promise you.
I wouldn't volunteer. I mean, I know we need the position. I know we should have it filled, but I'm also interested. So.
Okay.
I don't want people to think that I'm not. No.
Sure.
But I also think Alex is a good qualified person if he wants to have it too. And if he's interested, well, then we need to run against each other.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure, Denise, you did some research on voting.
Yes.
How did that go again?
I checked with the city clerk's office, and then I also watched a couple of other commission meetings, and most of them went on a roll call vote. And there were a couple of voice votes, but mainly there were no voting for chairs or vice chairs, but the majority of the votes were taken by roll call vote.
Okay. So I think that's how, if we have a quorum and everyone is comfortable with that, and we still have the correct candidates who are interested by next month, then I think that is what we can do, is do a roll call.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
Zach?
Yeah.
I was told that you can nominate the candidate. I just wanted to pick up my notes that I actually wrote down. Nominate the candidate and then make a motion, and then the motion can be approved by a roll call vote or a voice vote for that nominee or that candidate.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I think that's safe to say that we can hopefully do that at the December meeting, guys. That way we do have a vice chairman going into the new year. So I would like to see that. So that being said, I think that moves us on to the item that I touched on just a moment ago. We will continue to meet through Zoom in December and then going into the new year. And again, I do appreciate all of you for your time and your willingness to meet like this. I know all of us, there are times, guys, when I'm just zoomed out at points. So, so I appreciate all of you putting up with me and everything. But we're all doing our best here, and I appreciate your time. So, let's see, is there anything else? No, I think at that point, that's all I've got for the meeting. I want to give this time, if anyone has anything lastly before we adjourn to bring up, do so at this time. Otherwise, I just want to make sure that we all stay healthy, that we stay vigilant, that we stay responsible, and that also we can do things to make ourselves laugh and keep our mental health high as well. Any other last comments before we adjourn, folks?
Well, still they recommend webinars, so I'm going to look into that a little further. I had IT on the phone, so wherever technical difficulty, I told them I can't survive another one of these. So they will give you some support because I have another meeting at 7 o'clock. Okay. So I will research that, so we'll have a better outcome next month.
Okay. Yeah.
Denise, thanks a lot, though. Thanks a lot, Denise. This was very successful. This was when I tried to get in earlier. I even heard you grumbling when you didn't get to the meeting.
Yeah.
I hit one thing and I heard you grumbling. I think it was a private little grumble I heard, and you were trying to set it up. But no, this is a lot better. This works a lot better.
Thanks for being so quick on your feet, Denise, and making this. You fixed this fast.
Oh, she was quick.
Thank you.
And maybe you didn't hear me grumble. My hands were shaking. I wrote IT. I said my hands are shaking.
It wasn't public.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't put it out in public. It wasn't a public forum.
Okay. Thank you.
It was funny though.
Well, thank you so much, Denise. I definitely appreciate all your help, and I second all of them what they said. You were quick on your feet, and we appreciate it. So
thank you.
With that, folks, it is 5:19, and I'd like to adjourn this meeting. We will be meeting again in December, and let me look at the date really quick.
I second that emotion.
Yeah,
December, motion.
Okay.
16th, this December 16th is our next meeting. So in between now and then, stay healthy, stay safe, and thank you so much, guys.
Take care. Thank you.